Hi everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm really happy to have you here with me today while I show you how to make a gazpacho soup. Gazpacho is a traditional Spanish soup that's served in the summer that's really cold, refreshing, and very importantly, super healthy. What you'll see with this soup is that there's no refined carbohydrates, there's no gluten, there's no dairy, there's no meat, there's no fat, there's no oil, there's no frying, just delicious, healthy ingredients that make for a beautiful and refreshing appetizer during the summer. So let me show you what we've got. We've got a delicious English cucumber that we've sliced up and diced quite finely. A red bell pepper, about 1.5 of them again, chopped up and diced quite finely. We've also got the juice of 1.5 to 2 limes, depending on your taste. And what I love about these is that they're really fresh and let a really nice bit of bite for that tasty summer flavor. We've also got a selection of tomatoes, and you see we've got a selection of beef tomatoes on the vine and beautiful cherry tomatoes also on the vine. What's really important with a meal like this is that you have no oil, you have no fat. You really have to bring the flavors out of the natural food. You must always try to buy the best possible ingredients that you can. That includes some fresh oregano that I've gathered from the garden, a delicious hot red pepper. So the only other ingredients you need are about 25 milliliters of balsamic vinegar with a bit of Worcestershire sauce, 100 milliliters of olive oil, 3 garlic cloves which we'll chop up, and over and above that, all you really need is a touch of cayenne pepper and a touch of salt to really bring the flavors out. Let's get cooking. Welcome back. What we've done now is we've taken all the ingredients from earlier and we've mixed them up together. Specifically with the tomatoes, however, it's important to keep in mind that you must carcassé them before you put them into the mix. So the first thing you need to do is take the tomato, score it, and then put it in boiling water so that you can easily loosen the skin off it. Once that's done, you can then actually scoop out all the seeds and everything else. You're just left with the beautiful, tasty flesh and none of the bitterness that comes with it. As you can see here, we've taken all the vegetables, we've mixed them in with the cumin, with the pepper, with the oregano, and with the salt. And what we've done is we've left it to sit for a while, and the salt's actually pulled out a lot of the moisture from the vegetables, as you can see. So what I'm gonna do now, as you can see, is I'm just taking the tomatoes and placing them inside the blender. This doesn't have to be pretty, they just have to get in there. So you can see here, all the tomatoes have gone in. Now what I'm also going to do now is to add all the liquids that we have available to us. The olive oil, the balsamic vinegar with a touch of Worcestershire sauce, and the juice from the limes. Now you could actually put them on a juicer and prepare these, but it's just a bit more fun to do it this way. So you can see that's 1, that's 2, that's your third half. And the important thing with doing this is that what it means, you've got a lot of liquid at the base of the blender, which will help once the tomatoes start to get chopped up. So there we go. We've got our limes in, we've got our olive oil in, we've got the Worcestershire sauce with the balsamic vinegar in. Let's blend. So you see what it's done now is it's already started to create a bit of a puree. You probably want it to be even a little bit smoother. If you're not sure, open up and take a look. Smells great. So what you can do is just use your spoon, take a look, pick it up, and you can see it's almost liquid now. It's nice and smooth, it's nice and soupy. So what you'll need to do now is take the puree and pour it through a strainer into the bowl. Once you've done that, use the spoon and just keep stirring it down, and as you can see, it'll just keep filtering the puree down into the food. So you see here, we've got this beautiful, beautiful, rich cherry tomato, lime, olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and Worcestershire sauce bleeding down very nicely into the soup, really kind of cutting into it with a lot of flavor. And once you're done, as you can see, you're left with pretty much nothing but some tomato residue. You don't really need to worry about that too much. Just go down as far as you can, and then you can just put that to the side and not worry about it again. So now that that's out of the way, what you can see here now is we've got a complete mix where we've taken all the different ingredients and mixed them together. However, what you may notice now is that it's still a bit thick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put back about 1/3 of the mixture back into the blender, whip it up a bit further to really give it that nice soupy consistency. So what you wanna do with this mix is put in somewhere between 1/3 to 1/2, depending on how smooth you like it. Me, I like it fairly smooth with only a little bit of chunk in it, so I'll probably put in about half the mixture. So that's gone back into the bowl now. Let's blend. The important thing to keep in mind with the consistency is that it really comes down to taste. If you like it chunky, if you like it smooth, or a bit of both, either way, enjoy. And so what I've done now is I've pureed the mixture a little bit further, and you can see now when we pour it out, what you get is this lovely, lovely soupy flavor. Lovely. So what you can see now is if you look at the bowl, you can see it really does look like a soup, but you can still see little bits of cucumber and tomato coming through, and it'll give you a really nice consistency. So now you've done that, that's your gazpacho done. All you need to do now is put it in the fridge. You can make it the day before if you have a dinner party and it's one less thing you have to worry about. Put it in the fridge, give it at least 2 hours to chill, let all the flavors settle in together, and then we'll serve. So there it is, a beautiful, delicious gazpacho, which makes for a great cold summer soup during these hot months. And as you can see, all you have to do is present it on a really simple plate. Just garnish it with a little bit of basil, with a touch of olive oil, and just serve cold and enjoy. Bon appetit.